we have a tattoo topic this weekend. Which do you prefer and why? Do you prefer freehand or stencil? And why?
A little bit of both.
Stencil, because I work off photo reference, so
It's very important.
it's very important that it's exactly the way it needs to be.
That's true.
I like freehand because I don't have to spend hours at home prepping. And half the time, if I do stencil something, I put on the skin based on like the curvature, the muscle groupings.
changes.
I gotta redraw it anyway.
Which do you prefer, stencil or freehand?
Stencil.
Why?
Because I do all of my stuff. I draw everything on paper first and stencil it, unless it's like some background stuff. But other than that, pretty much just stencil it.
I love freehands, but on paper.
On paper.
And on skin, I need photos. I need to look
References important.
references imperfect. What is light? What is three-dimensional? I need pictures. I need photos.
I don't care about freehand. I don't care about stencil. You know, some people they say, oh, freehand is better than stencil, and because it's more creative or stuff like that. But some people are saying stencil is easy to read, you know, and can do the tattoo like more exact.
Honestly, I like to do a mix of both.
You all freehand, right?
Yeah, I freehand 100% of my tattoos.
Do you think that any script artist can freehand? Do you guys all freehand, or do some of you do stencil?
I think it's once you've been doing it long enough, a lot of guys freehand, but at the beginning, a lot of guys who don't freehand or do freehand probably shouldn't be.
I definitely do stencil more often, just because I tend to have really big, complicated pieces that are a lot of the realism and stuff like that, and it just really lends itself for the stencil. But you know, sometimes you just gotta get out the markers and draw some stuff freehand. So when that's what's needed, that's what I'm gonna do.
Depends, because I like to do freehand because the body is always in different shape.
Yeah.
So I think if you do freehand, it kind of works with the shapes, you know.
That's true.
And the stencil, when it's a photo or something, that it's gotta be perfect.
Exactly. That's true.
There's certain things that I'll do a better job if I stencil, plus maybe add a little freehand stuff to it. But I think certain things have to be freehanded because you can't. A stencil can't account for the curvature of the body.
Sometimes I prefer to connect everything. I prefer to put a stencil on and make freehand stuff around or inside. Then you can play a little bit more and make it more to an artwork.
Depends on the subject matter actually, because if it's something like the same old subjects that I do, I prefer to draw it on because then it's like
You already know it.
Yeah, but if it's things that are a little more challenging, then I like to put it on paper first.
I do freehand skulls though.
So you do both?
Yeah.
So you mainly do...
I freehand skulls and that's about it. Yeah.
If the final looks good, no matter how you get there, you know, you have to be in your freedom to do the best, you know, so it doesn't matter. I'm not here to prove I can draw, things like that, you know.
Because the outcome is good.
If I can make my life easier, you know, with the stencil and everything, it's just like how do you get there? If you go this way, you go straight, it doesn't matter.
But what I say, no matter what it takes, and to do the best work.
Exactly.
That's what's most
The
important.
outcome's what's important.
Right, that comes important.
You should spend some time doing stencils, you know.
There's a lot of guys doing shit they shouldn't do.
Yeah, I did a lot of really bad freehanded tattoos when I started.
You're one of those guys. You should not have been...
I should have been making
You
stencils.
believed in yourself, though.
I did. I had the confidence. I went for it. I committed.
There's certain things that I definitely have to stencil, like portraits or like realistic animals and things like that I just don't know like the proper structure for, but most of my work's all just crazy, like fantasy, dark shit anyways.
So both work, depending.
Both. I'm always using both.
And there's things that you know, it looks good on a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, but when you lay it on skin, it looks all wrong, and you just
Low.
bite the bullet and draw it on.
Sweet, is that cool?
So we're even. I have pills on. I have a really important question for you.
Okay.
What's the weather like up there?
What?
What's the weather like? Is it warm up there? Have good quality portfolios with them.
I tell you what, when I go home at night from conventions, I take home my machines and my portfolio.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me.
No,
you guys,
thank you.
It's so... I love you guys.